Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares. Welcome back to Monthly Themed Thursday. Now, this is Final Guy July. And this week I'm going to be talking about The Burning. The Burning is a 1981 film which runs approximately 91 minutes and is written and directed by Tody Malin. Now, this stars Brian Matthews as Todd, Leah Aries as Michelle, Brian Backer as Alfred, and this was originally titled The Cropsey Maniac. Now, this has been talked about a lot. Of course, this is where Jason Alexander got his start, and Holly Hunter, and others. But Brian Backer always makes me laugh because he was Rat in Fast Times at Ridgemount High. And every time he's on the screen, all I hear is, "Gee, Rat, I'm kind of busy." So, yeah. Love Fast Times at Ridgemount High, and glad to see he was in this one as well. This movie is great. I'm not going to really go into a synopsis other than to say that this is kind of like a origin story on the legend of Cropsey. It's probably not anything near what reality is. If there is a Cropsey, I'm not really sure about that. I've seen documentaries, but But, this is an origin story. And the funny part about it is, this is probably the most popular slasher movie that never got either a remake or a sequels franchise. I mean, My Bloody Valentine is also popular, but it did get remade. So, this one is special. And I had a problem with this movie for a long time, and it wasn't because I didn't like it. I've always liked this movie as a slasher movie. But I didn't like the fact that Tom Savini left the Friday the 13th franchise in order to do this instead of part two. I love part two, don't get me wrong. Part two is my favorite slasher movie of the 80s. But, the fact that he left to do The Burning kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And also the fact that everyone makes such a big deal about this film. I will finally say this because I've talked a lot about this with my friends and on streams and stuff. This is a big deal. This is a great film. And I think it was my own hang-ups that kind of not prevented me from liking it. I always liked it, but prevented me from really putting it where it belongs. And that is the top of the 80s slasher films, or close to the top. Nothing will ever top Friday the 13th Part 2 for me, but The Burning is really good. Yeah, there's great gore in this. There is that iconic scene on the raft. My personal opinion, I thought they could have done better for the face of Cropsey, but that was the only hang up I really had on the film from start to finish. I like the progression. I think the pacing is pretty great, and this is a by the numbers slasher movie. This is what all other slasher movies were trying to be in the 80s. The music is brilliant. The synth music is just chilling and brilliant. Of course, it's at a summer camp. Can't do better than that. And one of the things I noticed while watching it this time, because I've seen it so many times, but just picking out certain things about it, you really only get 2 kills before the hour mark of this film. And that's, of course, the prostitute and the girl that was swimming with the guy. All the rest of it is basically seeing these kids at a summer camp. Now, a lot of people would probably find that boring in a normal slasher movie. But I think it's the personalities of this film, like Glazer, and of course you have Jason Alexander, that make this movie so entertaining that you don't necessarily think about the the part of the film that doesn't have killing and gore. It's just a great film, done extremely well. And of course, you have your two final guys, one of them being Rat. I will spoil that in case you haven't seen it. Um, but yeah, this is a great film. Great slasher movie, and I definitely do recommend it to anyone who hasn't seen it. It's essential for slasher movies of the 80s. Definitely check out what Joe picks for Final Guide July. And remember, guys, physical media matters. And until next time, peace.